guys, Big Hill Jam 2022, Yoncalla, Oregon, home with Josh Hill. The whole Hill family's pulled out all the stops out here. We've got Josh's own personal Jurassic Park out here, vendor rows, foods out here, big bikes, dirt bikes, extended chain arms, swing arms, we got it all.
It's a f***ing party. All in ass.
This guy's got a parachute on his back, guys. Or maybe he has too many of them Patreon sponsors. Hold on.
We're here with Austin Tyler from Billings, Montana. Now, Austin has been in the hill climb sport for about 15 years now. Josh, please explain to me, because I don't understand. How are you guys getting over this thing?
We're hill climbers. That's what we do. Usually this is the top of like a 500-foot hill. You have a dirt wall. So I thought, hey, bring on the dirt wall to the spectators. And we're going to have the 450 side by side. It's going to be close racing coming up this thing.
Coming into this event, I didn't really know what to expect. The only expectations I put on myself, and that was this weekend, was to have as much fun as possible with my entire family here. Just did round one of hill climb on my 450 here, and it's like unlike anything I've ever done. I mean, to go and take a snowmobile up that hill would be a piece of cake, but I lined up on that start line. I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing here?
Man, the thing looks like a big step up right out of the bottom. You see for like X Games, step up competition out there. So you got almost like a 20-foot vertical section there. But Josh does a really good job with his transitions at the bottom, and I think we'll get right up and over it. We got longer wheelbase on the bikes, so yeah, I suspect we'll go right up over it.
Craig Bryan here. Big Hill Jam 2022, Faster Minis 110 Supercross. The scene has been set. Josh Hill has his own version of Brad's Hell Track right here in his own backyard in Yankala, Oregon. Trying to do all this work in this heat out here. What's going on, man? You trying to win a race?
I mean, yeah, we're after this $5,000 purse.
Free riding legend here, Eric Swan. He's come out here to compete in everything that Josh had let him compete in. Now watched him hit the ramp in the best whip contest. I'm gonna tell you, that's the most impressive. It's like somebody riding a snowboard. You carved all the way up that thing. What is your technique on that? That's a ramp.
I hit the ramp standing up, but I hit the dirt sitting down, dude. I don't know. I just having fun and feeding off everybody else. You know?
brought this guy.
All I know is it's a toss-up between Mikey and Dresser, like heavy toss.
Third place, Billy Carpenter. Second place, here's a toss-up, but it's Genki. Genki wants on to be second. Christian Dresser threw it down on that last one. Kid's taking the win. Hey, people's favorite, people's favorite.
Christian Dresser, I said it every time he hit the ramp. This guy deserves this win. Last year, he went tooth and nail for it. I told y'all this was a war zone. Christian Dresser showing up to shut it down. Make some noise! Mikey Watanabe, all the way from Japan. This guy's an X Games athlete. He participates in these events all over the country. Second place, bringing it in. What do you think, Mikey?
Sick on face. That's it. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Josh, all the time, big huge jump. Number 2, I love it. I come back to next year. Love you guys. Party never ends. Yeah, baby.
So yeah, just happy to be out here. Glad to be back out here at the Big Hill Jam. Best event of the summer, so yeah.
Coming in for the win. First place. Hey, give up the Hill family win right there.
Oh, yeah.
Mercedes Me is the digital world around your Mercedes, and of course the new EQE comes with all of this impressive systems, connected technology functions, including the ability to really personalise it. As well as providing easy access to a portfolio of services specific to Mercedes EQ electric vehicles, Mercedes Me also lets you personalise certain aspects of your EQE ownership experience. And this is a really useful feature when another family member uses the car and has to change the seat. Hey Mercedes.
How may I help you?
Load my personal profile.
All right, your profile is loading.
And if you're just after a little bit of fun, you can now play a great range of mini games from both of the front seats. Now don't tell anyone, but I am just addicted to Shuffle Park. Yes! And here's the most helpful aspect of Mercedes Me. The charging process for the EQE has been made as simple and straightforward as possible. With Mercedes Me Charge, I have easy access to one of the world's biggest charging networks, including the high-performance charging stations of the Ionity network. Here, EQE customers benefit from discounted charging rates via Mercedes Me Charge for the first full year of ownership. By using the new filtering function in the Mercedes Me app, I can find charging stations that suit my personal needs wherever I happen to be on my journey, whether I'm driving on the highway or taking a rest in a parking lot. And the same functionality is also available within the MBUX. Green charging is also included in Mercedes Me Charge, and this charge really is green. Mercedes-Benz ensures that electricity from renewable sources will subsequently be fed back into the grid for all quantities charged via Mercedes Me Charge. You can find plug and charge capable charging stations via the filtering function I mentioned earlier. Using plug and charge is an easy option for authentication with Mercedes Me Charge if you prefer not to use the app, the MBUX, or the Mercedes Me charging card. Your MBUX will recognise when you approach one and let you know. With plug and charge, authentication is carried out via the charging cable, meaning you just need to plug in and then everything starts automatically. Simple. Now, if you want to charge your car at home, overnight for example, then you can always use the convenient Mercedes-Benz wall box, which features design cues that follow the Mercedes EQ signature look. You can also control the wall box through the Mercedes Me app for a seamless and convenient home charging experience. The EQE's Eco Coach app teaches me all about the electric capabilities on the car, as well as giving me tips on how to optimize my driving style to be even more sustainable. The app has a really cool gamification aspect to it as well. You can take part in challenges or solve a series of tasks. You can even compare your driving with other users and check out your ranking within the challenge. Hey Mercedes.
How may I help you?
Open my garage door.
Sure. I'll open the garage door.
Without doubt, this is my favourite feature in the Mercedes Me voice assistant, smart home integration. And I can even use this when I'm far away from home.
We need to have those one-on-one experiences. We need to have things in our life that make us grin because there's something different about it that no one else has. I make stuff for me, and I make stuff for my life, and I make stuff that I want. If I'm into golf or into tennis or into playing drums or whatever passion I'm into really fuels the design side of my brain. I see a space and I want to put my thumbprint on it. My first mentor is a guy by the name of Bobby Chang. When I was a student in design school, he founded the company Incase. And I reached out to him when I was in college and I said, hey, I want to make a backpack. Like, what do I do? Because I was a designer at the time, but I never made anything. He said, buy a sewing machine and figure it out. That one push opened the doors for learning what it takes to have a factory. I could build anything that I wanted to. I didn't have to rely on anyone else. There's a lot of things that influence the decisions that we make with design. To be simple, to be functional, to do everything at the highest level that we can, and to do things with integrity, to build our products with the best materials, built in the best way. That, to me, is the thing that is the most important to make something that lasts and something that will stand the test of time. I've spent 11 years building this amazing facility and building a team of like the most talented people to be able to take these ideas and make that happen real quick. For us to be able to get materials from all over the world, find the ones that we like the most with the right hardware, sewn in the right way, it's a special makeup. That's also what makes our products last a long time. If black leather fades, that's a problem. So our material has to be robust and has to be durable enough to withstand a lot of UV, a lot of travel, and a lot of use. And we have material that's made specifically for us that has a specific pebble, a specific thickness of pebble. It feels rich and it feels like it's a part of you in some way. Although that we're in a craft-based business, to use new technology to make dyes and to make cutting dyes and to make tooling for stamping and tooling for precision manufacturing, that makes everything so much better. Music, number one, is one of the most influential things to me. We have music playing all day long here. It's like the pulse of the facility. It gives us energy. It makes us work harder. It makes us work more focused. We're not rushing. We're not cracking whips on people to make stuff faster, to meet production. We're taking our time and we're making the best thing. And when you're able to approach the craft with a good vibe in the space, that allows you to kind of put your soul into the thing that you're making. Craftsmanship is about the artisan being proud of the work that they're making. It's a passion-based art. I let our work speak for us. What comes with that is this natural timelessness, this natural class. Every time I do what I do, I want to be the best that I can at it. That doesn't come from anywhere else other than yourself.
New Bethesda is like the spiritual home of free thinkers. It's a sort of vast landscape that's almost biblical in magnitude. The harshness of it makes you a much more thoughtful and spiritual person. It's almost an oasis for people who are innovative in their thinking. Because to survive on such a land means you have to be stronger. You have to look for answers in non-traditional ways. This seems to be a place that is a magnet for people who want to express themselves and makes it a visually interesting place to be as a photographer. To my friends in America, if they wanted to find an area that was quirky, warm, creative, and in the middle of a fantastic land, I would say come to New Bethesda, because that's where they would find it all together in one small, wonderful place.
September 28, 2000. Ariel Sharon, at the time Israel's hardline opposition leader, visits Jerusalem's Temple Mount. His visit to the sacred site, claimed by both Jews and Muslims, sparks violent clashes between Israelis and Palestinians. And it fuels a political crisis within Israel, where Sharon is elected prime minister the following year. 1781. The final battle of the Revolutionary War begins. American forces, backed by a French fleet, begin the siege of Yorktown Heights, Virginia. Weeks later, British forces surrender to General George Washington, effectively ending the war. 1066. William the Conqueror, the Duke of Normandy, part of what's now France, invades England. He becomes king after his conquest sweeps the country's Anglo-Saxon monarchy from power. 1924. End of the first round-the-world flight as 2 U.S. Army planes land in Seattle. Their journey took 175 days, making stops in dozens of cities along the way. 1989. Ferdinand Marcos, the deposed leader of the Philippines, dies in exile in Hawaii at age 72. That happens 3 years after the People Power movement topples Marcos, ending his years of authoritarian rule in Manila.
Today in History. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press.
Welcome back in our studio, and in today's news,